boys, gals, and non-binary pals. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hope things are going great. But we don't have any time for pleasantries. We've got to jump right into this. There's no time for a crazy preamble. There's no time for politically charged innuendos.
They're eating
the pets.
There's no time for anything except exploring the Isle of Dorn. Because we've just crash landed here in a pile of rubble. We've dug ourselves out because that poor Daloranian mage couldn't do it. He got snuck up on, sometimes things happen. So, first, we're going to take a little jaunt over to Thrall and Jaina, who are doing their absolute best on this battlefield by standing in the wide open with no cover at all. Good job, guys. They ask us to go around the crash site and to find our fellows who have not been abducted by the Nerubians yet, and they ask us to cull any of the nasty buggers who might still be around. We bandage some mages, we help Bran out of a woolly circumstance, and we even get our first canonical use, to my knowledge, of his soul stone in the game. Warlock representation, am I right? Come on. But from there, we have to do the real heavy lifting. We have to move the plot along by saving our good buddies, the Tharizanes. I think that's how you say it, and if it's not, correct me in the comments below. We save our friends, the Tharizanes, from being squished by an absolutely exquisite archway. I mean, really, the architecture here is just fantastic. And after doing all that, they run off on us. They just go find Grandpappy. I mean, come on, Magby's fine. He's made out of diamonds. Nothing's gonna happen to him. Come on.
Follow me. Magni can't hold off Xerix much longer.
We'll hold the line. Champion, help Magni.
After checking back in with Thrall and Jaina, we find there's still more to do, and they're still standing out in the wide open. Seriously, someone get these people some cover. They're world leaders. Now, we've been asked to take out the larger Nerubian who's leading this whole foray, this whole operation, this whole extravaganza of pain. A scarab, crab, spider hybrid monster by the name of Queensguard Xerix. Truly, in a gross downplaying of the details, the mess we have to clean up is of titanic proportions. And likewise, it would take Titan constructs to help clean up all of this. So, wait, the Earthen are here.
We can't hold them!
Storm Riders. To ground, my soldiers!
Trespassers! My directive is to protect the Isle of Dorn. Leave at once.
Trespassers? You saw us fall from the sky and fight for our lives. We need aid.
What you need matters not. Your presence is not authorized by the Titans.
The Titans?
Now don't you be talking to my daughter like that, you great stone!
An Earthen, hardened like a diamond. A Thragar.
You've seen others akin to me?
I have only heard stories of their heroics. It is a sign from the Titans.
Laddie, it weren't Titan magic that...
What he means to say is, yes, of course, and we'd be honored to...
Dornogal! What disaster have you brought to our city, Outlanders? New directive. We must return to the city. all of us.
Why is it that everywhere we go, we act like a colonizing empire? I mean, we show up, we upset the locals, and then we make them into our allied race. We make them into our friends. Well, Baelgrim, our new frenemy, takes charge of the situation right away before we can act like the colonizing empires that we are. He scares Xerix away and then tells us to leave because this is their land. And then there's a large explosion in the background and he promptly invites us to protect his city. Because, I mean, look at us, we're qualified. But still, this feels a bit fast. I mean, where's the diplomacy? A nice dinner, maybe a long walk in the park at a passionate... Oh, wait, we've been disconnected. So we reconnect with the Blizzard servers and fly through some hoops on our way to Dornogal. The beautiful, industrious... Oh, that's a lot of bugs. They really need to invest some pest control here. Maybe a cat or two. Baelgrim knows we can handle ourselves. I mean, look at us. It's just gut instinct when you see us. So he has us ride on one of his experienced storm rooks, Lorcan, where we pretend we're a government looking for oil and drop bombs in the form of... Why did I write that? Woo! Where we get to pretend like we're a government looking for oil and we drop bombs all over the city in the form of lightning. I can't believe I wrote that. And that's how we save Dornogal. Oh, wait. We gotta talk to our friends real quick.
We brought the Nerubians here.
No, the Nerubians were focused on the Coreway. The attack was another part of Xalatath's scheme. So much chaos and destruction.
We have to regroup. Has anyone seen Khadgar?
No.
We will grieve him in time. But Thrall is right. Without reinforcements, we're at Xalatath's mercy. But no matter what she's planning, we must stop her.
Jaina and I will rally the Alliance and the Horde, but it will take some time for us to sail back here.
Right. In the meantime, we'll stay here and keep the survivors safe.
You will. Not me.
Illyria, we need your...
No, you don't. I can't keep anyone safe. But I can hunt down Xalatath and make her pay.
We will be back, and we will be ready.
Wow, Thrall, really digging the knifeu right into Illyria there, right? I mean, geez, dude. Here we learn that for sure, like 100% for sure, like there's no going back. This is 100% for sure Dadgar has been unalived. And Illyria holds herself accountable. I mean, she was there when it happened. He teleported her out instead of himself. If only there were 2 or 3 other people around who have been through life-changing, painful events that they held themselves accountable for, I don't know, for way too long, you know. Too bad there's no one like that around us, you know? I mean, come on. We all live perfect lives. Jaina and Thrall are gonna go home and get reinforcements because they're done playing with us. And we're gonna go dig some Dornogalians out of the rubble that the Nerubians left. Definitely not our bombs. Here, we're going to find a nice looking gem besides an Earthen's body, and naturally, because we all have ADHD in WoW, we're going to pick up the shinies. Alright, After cleaning up some rubble, and seriously, our characters must be absolutely jacked. I mean, yoked to the extreme. The way we just toss around legitimate boulders, I mean, that or everything on Azeroth is just extremely light for no reason. But, I mean, getting back to the main thing, we meet back up with Baelgrim and his counterpart, and here's where we meet Machine Speaker Brinth and Council Ward Merrick's.
Moss grow over us. Survivors from the beach?
If they are truly allies, perhaps all is not lost. A memory gem. There will be more to recover, I fear.
I have work to do. Welcome to Dornogal. You are the first Outlander to visit in years.
Merrick speaks with us for the equivalent of a Midwest hello and decides to drop us like a hot rock, letting Brinth handle the situation. While Merrick's and Baelgrim run off to the shadowy corners to review the data, Dagrin takes his opportunity to ask Brinth about the archive.
Nerubians everywhere. Look out!
It was Odin. I knew him. His memory will be preserved. Please deposit his memory gem into the archive's repository.
So, the archive holds every Earthen's memories. Can you view them?
Dagrin, this may be a solemn ritual for them.
His query is valid. Yes, but the archive has been inaccessible for thousands of years. Return if you have more queries. Thank you. Keep the device. You may find use of it if you find more memory gems.
Dagrin, this seems like a place you'd be keen to explore. I'll be back for you when I know it's safe.
Oh, can I ask you another question, Speaker Brinth?
Yes, small one. My current directive is to answer your questions.
Fantastic. I'm much obliged. Where to start? How long has Dornogal been here?
Unknown. Our archive would contain that information, but as I said, it is non-functioning.
I should be writing this down. I'm standing here with a living relic. No offense. Can you give me a rough estimate?
The archive's last access date was approximately 5,000 years ago. But Dornogal itself has been here much longer, since before the sundering that we believe damaged our machines. Unfortunately, our memories from that time have been overwritten.
Overwritten? You mean in the archive, or your memory personally?
An Earthen's memories are erased upon recharging. Hence the need to upload our memory gems to the archive with each charge cycle. I am not offended, but we are unfortunately in decline. Without a way to recharge, we will eventually all enter stasis.
When will that happen?
Sooner for some than others. In the next 10 centuries, we will all cease to function.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do not worry. We machine speakers are working hard to reinitiate the machines.
I hope it works, Speaker. Truly.
Quickly, Moira chastises him. I mean, come on, man. This lady just had her city attacked and one of her friends died. Probably a lot of her friends die, actually. You're just gonna start asking questions left and right. But surprisingly, Brinth is open to it. It's like nothing happened at all. She's just ready to answer some questions, you know? Which is all in a day's work. So, she explains that the archive is where the Earthen memory gems, remember that shiny we picked up earlier, are stored and processed. The memories are held for the day an Earthen goes through its recharging, which is a way of restoring the Earthen in a new form. Without this archive, if the Earthen were to be restored, they would lose all of their memories, essentially becoming a whole new being. And what do you know? The archive has been inactive since the Sundering. Sounds like something we're gonna have to grind to fix.
Come see my wares.
Always a pleasure.
Were it not for the Storm Riders, the city may have fallen. We need the Council's direction.
Loads of forgotten knowledge are within our grasp.
I'm not about to leave the Isle of Dorn unexplored. I have a reputation to uphold.
Beds are scarce. We have resorted to using the proscenium as a field hospital.
After this short conversation, we excuse ourselves and go about exploring the city that we just saved, learning about the notable locations, and running into a few of our surviving allies, and definitely not scoping out where all the resources are, because we're not colonizing this place. We're making friends this time. Definitely just friends.
So many injured.
Well, out with it. These Earthen. They're a funny lot. Odd traditions. Superstitions.
What do you mean?
Oh, you know, titans, edicts, Thragar.
Some of them have been calling me Arathi, like the ancient human empire. I wonder how they know of it.
Aye, I heard that too. I don't know what to make of it. The Earthen are also an ancient people. They might be just remembering ghosts.
But it seems like the Arathi were here, recently. Why would the Earthen have an inn with proper food and beds if they don't need them?
Do you think the Arathi are here, somewhere in Kazalgar?
I don't see how. But it bears investigating.
With foreshadowing out of the way, it's time for that data to be dispersed. You remember the data that Merrick's and Baelgrim ran off to Shadowy Corners to go check out? Yeah, that data.
The Titans uplifted 4 wards. The Council Ward, the Storm Ward, the Stone Ward, and the High Speaker, to keep the edicts and build the Coreway and its fortress, Dornogal. But the Titans left, and the machines stopped. The Unbound abandoned the edicts, and the High Speaker retreated to the ringing deeps. And now, the machine speakers are cut off from us, and we have no means to fix the Coreway.
Then it seems long past time you stood united. We need to find this Edelgon, rebuild ye Coreway, and take care of the Nerubians once and for all.
So we make our way to Foundation Hall, where Council Ward Merrick's lays down the foundation. Yeah, Blizzard, I get it. It's kind of funny. I mean, it is kind of funny. I mean, the Urban Foundation, the foundation of the expansion. It's kind of funny. I'll give you guys that. Council Ward, Storm Ward, Stone Ward, and the High Speaker. In the beginning, the 4 factions worked together in harmony, but everything changed when the Unbound defected from their edicts. Only the Titans could keep the council together, but in their time of need, the Titans were getting their asses handed to them in deep space, am I right? With the machine speakers just straight chilling in the ringing deeps, we have no way to call upon them to help rebuild the Coreway. Luckily, we don't need those nerds. We've got the Unbound, which is the Stone Ward, right down the road. So we're gonna pop on over there and help diplomatically rebuild this council. And, you know, the Coreway, too. we're gonna do that as well.
You may take your leave. If this Edelgon can fix the Coreway, we should seek her out. I'm willing to be a liaison, if ye be willing to speak with her.
You are correct. Stormward, new directive. Take them to Freywold Village.
I will comply. Follow me. If Merrick's wasn't Council Ward, I would have never agreed to do this.
Are you here?
You do not grasp the magnitude of her betrayal, Outlander. I have no hope for our success.
Well, this should be interesting.
Come on, Ebona. Stay with me. Personal directive. Prioritize the wounded. We cannot fight if... unidentified. Another survivor from the crash?
I'm Moira, of the Dark Iron and Bronzebeard.
Baelgrim.
Stone Ward?
I am not the Stone Ward. You know that.
I know you abandoned your post.
And you abandoned us.
The Coreway was attacked. It must be repaired.
We were attacked too. You should have protected.
I can see there is some history between you. But if you haven't noticed, the Nerubians have you both in their sights. You need each other, age-old drama or not.
All right, everyone. You're going to want to be real careful when you get to Freywold Village. The tension was so sharp, it cut off my hair. I've been growing that out for a while. Really, though, it seems like the Storm Ward and the Stone Ward have a bit of a... You know, I gotta say it. They have a bit of a rocky relationship. Come on, guys. That one's too easy. Come on. It's just the Earthen rock. You know, you get it. As always, we've got our back pocket world leader, this time in Moira Tharazane. I think that's how you say it. Correct me in the comments. And she's here to make sure that things are handled diplomatically. This time by just telling them to get the over it. I mean... Have they not tried that one? Just get the over it. It's insane how well that works. I mean, I wish I would have thought of it. We could have fixed so many other problems by just telling them to get the over it. It's insane. This time it surprisingly works, though. So the Stone Ward asks us to go to the nearby mines. Here, we need to save her people from the Nerubians. But we've got a little bit of help from our good old friend Bran. Before we do that, though, when someone tells you to go do something, typically this little thing pops up over someone else's head, at least in the last couple years. So we're gonna stick around for that hot goss and find out just how rocky, I'm gonna use that a lot, just how rocky Edelgon and Baelgrim's relationship is.
Have you heard anything I need to know? It must have been hard for you to walk away.
Yes, I was the Stone Ward. With the Stonebound, I built all of Dornogal, but I could not remain there. The Stonebound continued to mine and build and maintain. That was our edict. But after thousands of years, the Titans were silent, and yet we still built. My people wanted something more. Many began to drop their tools and leave for the wolds. I argued for them, that we all should be able to choose. But Baelgrim was furious, and Merrick's would not defy the Titans either. And so, I joined my people here.
Leaving all you know for what you think is right. That takes some courage.
Or faulty programming. We are free, but we did choose to live unprotected. And now, my people suffer again.
Well, I may be an outlander, but I think you're in the right. And these Oathsworn should be protecting you. Having a different opinion doesn't make you any less Earthen.
That is not Baelgrim's assessment.
Well, let's hope he'll come around. For now, we can only help ourselves and get your people healed.
Take that, you crawling creeps! Won't get the best of me. Let's stock up on supplies before we head in. All right, let's do this. Through here.
After getting that hot goss from Edelgon, and wow, was that steamy, right? No, it wasn't. It was actually pretty boring. Thanks, Edelgon. You could have spelled a little bit more beans. Come on, there's got to be some more things there. You can't just be that, we disagreed, so we don't talk to each other anymore. There's got to be something else there. But we go catch up with Bran at the nearby mines.
As a child, I yearned for the mines.
And it looks like his adventuring spirit is as alive as it ever has been, as he introduces us to a main expansion feature, delves. You see, in a delve, you'll explore various locale to... What is this place called? Why can't I remember what this place is called? The Wandering Isles? That's not the Wandering Isles. 1 second. In a delve, you'll explore the various locale of Khaz-Algar, alongside Bran and your fellow party members, if you've got friends. But don't worry, if you don't have any friends, you can do them solo with just Bran. And I get it, people are scary. I'd rather do them solo as well. But that's also, because I don't have any friends. We dig deep into these mines to help Foreman Pivk, I think that's how you say that, this is how it's spelled, to help Foreman Pivk save his people from their webbed prisons. And we defeat a Nerubian web general by the name of Ab-Anar. Oh yeah, and don't forget to pick up these little guys along the way. They're going to help you level Bran up so that he can get more useful abilities as you delve deeper into Khaz-Algar.
Glad to see Adelkon finally sent us some help.
Let's rescue these folks and avoid these webs.
May all paths be open to you.
Don't step in those webs. Nerubians might pop out if you do.
Be careful.
I'm going all out! And this Bronzebeard still got it! Nothing old Bran can't get through.
At the end of each delve, you'll find yourself rewarded with XP, gold, and gear. And as a degenerate WoW player, could you ask for anything more? I mean, besides balanced classes, a less toxic community, Ian getting a better microphone, seriously, what is up with that? Less layoffs and, love from your parents.
You'll find me. There's more to explore out there. And you know me, can't resist a good cave.
Keeper's beard. The quarry is overrun with Thungarians.
And whose fault is that? Your edict is to protect the Isle, not just the city and not just the Oathsworn.
After delving with Bran, we return back to Freywald Village where Belgrim tells us that the quarry is overrun by Fungarians, sentient mushrooms. Belgrim needs us to collect a couple bundles of ore from the quarry for the quarry repairs. While we do this, he's going to help Edelgon with the injured. A real change of heart. Good character development, Blizzard. Before we leave, though, it turns out that the fungus among us actually has a use as a neutralizing agent for the poison that the Nerubians have inflicted upon her people. With a bit of help from Dexter and Dr. Scholes, we clear out that fungal infection that plagues the quarry and do our best not to think about the amount of sentient life we unalive on a minute-by-minute basis for their body parts.
Greetings, Outlander. As you will. Heed the call of the unknown.
The edicts are my guide. I have work to do. Be vigilant.
The unbound welcome all. For this poultice can mend even our stone bodies. Belgrim, your help is appreciated.
You were right. I have been remiss in fulfilling my edict. Now the Corway lies in ruin. I need your help, Edelgon. Just like you needed mine.
I need Findorn and Tregor brought to the pool. Good. Now for Ebona. She's fading.
My Stormrook can take her to Dornogal. Perhaps the healers there can help.
Pilgrim, thank you. Speak freely and honestly.
After our regularly planned culling of a people, we return to Baelgrim and Edelgon with our prized ore and Fungarian appendages. Here, we help slather Edelgon's poisoned people in the pulsified Fungarian body parts. Unfortunately for one, this just isn't enough, and Baelgrim offers to fly Ebona to the Dornogal healers. Hell sweet, right? It seems even a sentient hunk of stone can learn to look past their differences for the greater good of their people before Wait, do you guys hear that?
Take one of the rams, Baelgrim. It's no Stormrook, but it's faster than going on foot.
I have never ridden one, but how difficult can it... Whoa there!
I'll bring the Unbound to the Coreway. We'll meet you in Dornogal.
The Nerubians are at it again, and they believe that they've weakened the Earthen of Dornogal to a point in which they can finally defeat them. And without our help, they just might. While Edelgon rushes off to go collect the rest of the Unbound, we turn our mounts towards the battle ahead, along with Moira and Baelgrim.
These damn bugs! They're attacking our injured!
The mountain lends us its strength. May your hammer strike true.
Conversation terminated. I must defend my people!
I hope Dagran and Mada are okay. Let's go!
When we arrive to the battlefield, we find it's actually a triage site, and Xerix, the big bug that roughed up Magni in the beginning, is leading the assault, locked in a fierce fight with Illyria, and it's not looking good for our friend. Baelgrim tasks us with exterminating as many of the nasty bugs as possible, while he and Moira work their way towards a more advantageous vantage point. And we also meet Wenbrant, the creator of Cinderbrew, a most likely toxic to any but earthen type of alcohol that's created by fermenting and distilling the honey of the cinder bees nearby. Really, it's a very interesting... battlefield. Wenbrant has an amazing idea. He wants to weaponize his brew. So he gives us a keg and tells us to throw it at the strongest of the Nerubians and their burrows.
Pick up that cinder brew keg. I have an idea.
Ha! I knew it would work. Let's light them up.
We will fight.
I will crush you. I will crush all of you. Nerubians, rise!
Where is she? Where is Xalatath? She must suffer for what she has done.
The core way is severed. You will never reach the Harbinger.
Communication and... sorry. Hello. Follow no directives but your own.
Fly high. Strike true.
If you hear anything of note...
They're retreating. Your cinder brew makes for quite the weapon, Wenbrand.
Meet us at the Foundation Hall, champion. The fight against the Nerubians is far from over.
After properly barbecuing some Nerubians, we rush to the main altercation, but just seeing our face seems to scare away Xerix and Illyria. Is it all the spider blood? Once the battle calms down, we make our way to the de facto command center and check in with Moira, Baelgrim, and Windbrand. Here, Moira is just as confused as we are. I mean, after all these millennia, why are the Nerubians just now deciding to destroy the Earthen? Is it just the influence of our sweet Zali? Or is it something more? We're ordered to go back to Foundation Hall, where we're going to finally lay the foundation of this expansion.
I am glad you're back, Adelgon. The Council is needed here in Dornogal more than ever.
It is time we stand as one and strike back against the Nerubians.
You address the Queen Regent of the Dark Iron Clan. We will survive. We always do.
I serve the Titans unswervingly. Go where Adelgon and I will oversee the repairs. This will be no small task. I serve the Titans unswervingly.
I follow the Council's directives. May the Titans carve your... Meet me outside the Storm Perch. We will rally the Storm Riders and protect the Unbound.
Wait. It's Adelgon? I thought it was Adelgon this whole time, man. I feel so... Why didn't anyone correct me? Come on.
Find this Adelgon. If this Adelgon...
I need your help, Adelgon.
With the Unbound return to Dornogal, Merix and Adelgon ask us to distribute the repair orders to her people. And after we finish that task, the nearly full council agrees that the defenses of Dornogal must be bolstered, so Baelgrim invites us to the Rookery, our first dungeon. Here, we can either group with other players and run the dungeon as usual, or use the new AI follower system to complete a story mode version of the dungeon. Because I have no friends and disdain being called a no-skill ninny on a regular basis, I chose the follower route and completed the dungeon with relative ease. All you really need to know from this dungeon is the Void has corrupted some of the Storm Riders here in the Rookery, namely Gorin, Baelgrim's second in command. With all of this corruption, I think you know exactly what we've got to do.
What? This entire city must be purged.
We've got to cleanse it. We battle our way through the Rookery and defeat the leaders of this corrupted coup. It's clear, though, that defeating Gorin won't be enough. There's something deeper here. A Voidstone monstrosity lays deep within the Rookery. Grotesque and twisted, this creature is a towering mass of corrupted Storm Riders, a being of pure pain, and we have to put it out of its misery if we ever want to cleanse the Rookery.
Over here. We will fly to the Rookery together. Before us stands the Storm Perch, Outlander. It is the command center and Rookery for all Storm Riders. This is highly irregular. Why are these Storm Rooks tethered here?
Thank the Titans you are here. The Storm Perch has been breached, and the Storm Riders corrupted. Hurry! If we free these Storm Rooks, we can fly there and try to end this madness.
Query.
What is that orb? It's radiating dark energy, and it's affecting the storm rooks.
What dark magic is this? How dare they defile their own storm rooks? Gorin, what have you done?
The title, the glory, it should have been mine, Pilgrim. You never deserved to be Stormward!
I left Gorin, my second, in charge of the Storm Perch when I left to investigate your Dalaran's crash. What has that traitor allowed to happen in my absence? Rest well, Kyrios. You deserved a better rider than Gorin. I will deactivate Gorin myself for this sacrilege.
Finally, I thought I'd have to fight Gorin on my own.
Come, Outlander. We will press forward and rescue who we can. Their edict has been changed by some dark influence. Go, find Volkmar. He will take you to safety.
Come then, face me. I will stand proud on the debris of your corpse. The Void Riders follow me now. I command this rookery by right. Your death is my directive. Crushed by my power. Feel I deserve this power.
The same dark magic that was emanating from the Storm Riders is more powerful here.
I do not like that it feels darker and colder as we go down. But there are more survivors to rescue. The lift is out. If we want to keep going, we will have to go down the Storm Rider way. Follow me. What is that? What did Gorin bring here? We have to take it down.
Take out the creatures channeling on that core. Was this
What is that? What did...
Ravage. Destroy. Void. Consume.
Let us return to the Council. I must report to them.
I've tracked the Nerubians to a burrow near the meadery. They must be after the Cinder Brew.
And without the Storm Riders, they want the Cinder Brew? I propose we let them have it, and then ignite it.
Now hold on! That will reduce my meadery to rubble!
I will see to its repair, Wenbrand. You have my word.
Fine. But if my stock is involved, then so am I.
Excellent. Then we are aligned.
On your signal, I'll lure the Nerubians to the meadery.
And we will prepare a welcome for our guests.
After the reclamation of the rookery, we reconvene with our sort of kind of friendly neighborhood void-infused elf, Illyria. She's found that the Nerubians are pointing their forces towards the Cinderbrew meadery. Apparently, they didn't really like us throwing all that stuff on them. Something in this sparks an idea for Baelgrim, though. Let them have the brew, and then ignite it. We fly ourselves over to the meadery and begin preparations for the coming battle, setting up fuses and evacuating the unbound workers who help maintain the meadery. Here, we're introduced to yet another feature of this expansion, although less publicized: tower defense combat.
Are you sure this will work, Baelgrim?
It will. It has to.
Then let's get started.
What path brought you here?
Do you require aid? We are set off the keg and hurry back to the mead yard. Then we will finish our preparations.
Over here, champion. Let's burn some Nerubians to cinders. Return to the meadery. I'll lead them into the trap.
The Nerubians will soon start swarming from the north.
Place our defenses in their path. The honey will slow them down, and the mead and pollen will help us tear through them. We are out of time. Come, let us get you on a storm rook. It is my oath-sworn duty to protect
Prepare
the
yourselves.
Corway.
They're coming.
We will keep them gathered by the kegs, thin out the swarm, and stop them from getting past us.
And from wrecking my meadery before we do.
Baelgrim, they're chewing through the fuses.
We still have 2 fuses left. Keep fighting. Keep drawing them in.
No, they severed all of the fuses.
Stay focused. These monsters cannot leave here alive.
Stubborn Earthen, you will not impede my ascension.
The fuses! We can't ignite the kegs!
I must fulfill my edict.
What? Forget the edicts!
I cannot. That is why it must be me. You must guide the Earthen.
Baelgrim!
One last ride, then you're free. Xerix! My directive is to protect this isle, and the Earthen. All the Earthen. Glory to the Titans! Long live the Earthen!
Oof. Well, I thought it was Adelgon, not Baelgon. Seeing that our fuses were not sparking and that the mission was at risk, Baelgrim, in a pure act of character development, sacrifices himself for his people, launching himself from his Stormrook and into Xerix, the lightning from his hammer igniting the Cinderbrew and unaliving the two. Finally, Xerix has been defeated. This leaves Adelgon and Wenbrand speechless and heartbroken for the loss of their friend.
Baelgrim. Oh, twisting paths.
Greetings out. He's gone. We did it, but he's gone. The Coreway's repairs must continue. It's what Baelgrim would have wanted. Baelgrim and I were rivals. We both became wards at the same time. Each of us weighed our accomplishments and accolades against the others. Whom had the Titans favored more? But we were like two rams in a yoke, pulling together. Him with his storm rooks, me with my quarry and forge. Dornogal needed us both in equal measure. But it all started to fall apart. The Coreway, the Archive. There began a time of despair as we pieced everything together. I saw what it was doing to our people, and so did Baelgrim. My logic led me away from the Titans. His said we needed them more than ever. I thought he would never forgive me for leaving him alone, yoked to Dornogal. But in the end, if the both of us weren't so thick-headed, I can't help but think we could have avoided his fate. Dornogal has lost its protector, and I've lost a friend.
I see you return alone, Outlander. I presume not all went well. Tell me what has happened.
Council Ward, we
have bad news. We have repelled the Nerubians, but Baelgrim is gone.
I see. So he fulfilled his edict.
Not just that. He defended the Earthen, both the Oathsworn and the Unbound. More than anything, he wanted us to stand together again.
Then we will honor his memory by doing so. It will take time to fully repair the Coreway, but the Outlanders can descend to the ringing deeps. The Earthen of the Isle of Dorn will support their endeavor, no matter what the edicts say. If we can bring the machine speakers back into the fold as well, then the Council will truly stand complete.
Thank you, Council Ward. Now, let's clear the last of that rubble.
Outlander, I will accompany you to the ringing deeps. It is my home, and it too may need defending.
Valyria, I heard you helped corner Xerix at the meadery. Thank you.
The Nerubians took so much from us. I will not let them do the same to the Earthen.
They've been good allies, and gracious hosts.
A welcome surprise, given that they've been living in isolation for thousands of years.
That may not entirely be the case. I asked about why they keep calling me Arathi, and apparently an Arathi armada arrived on Kazalgar a number of years ago. They're said to have formed a settlement in the caverns beneath the island. It sounds impossible. But if it's true, I want to see it for myself. They could prove to be allies in our fight against Xalatath.
No. We've secured a measure of safety here. Don't abandon it to chase shadows in the dark.
Isn't that what you're doing?
I'm doing what I must. Hunting down every last Nerubian, following their trail back to Xalatath, and claiming vengeance for our dead.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to...
Remain in Dornogal, Anduin. Leave the shadows to me.
Dagran, are you ready to go down? You don't have to. You can stay at the archive if you like.
No, Ma. I've learned so much here. The world seems so new and old at the same time.
Good. I didn't want you to be in danger, but I'm glad to see adventuring suits you. You have always had a knack for history and culture. I already think of you as an advisor.
Really? Sometimes you will ask me questions, and if I'm excited about what you ask me, I can talk for hours.
Hours? I'd listen to you for days. I may not be impartial since you are my son, but you have a fine mind. You are the future of our people, and you have a lot to offer this world. Don't let anyone tell you different. There's nobody else I'd rather crash a city, meet new peoples, and jump down a dark hole with.
Thank you, Ma. I don't know what to say other than... I'm excited to see what we discover. Together.
Returning to Dornogal, we find our victory is hollow. We've won the day. We've defeated the Nerubians on the surface and bought the time needed to repair the coreway and bolster our defenses. But at the cost of the Storm Ward, an important member of the council, and a friend. With our hearts heavy, Merrick's reminds us that we have to keep moving forward for Baelgrim. When we return, we will have traversed the coreway with our allies and arrived in the ringing depths. Until next time, adventurers, always remember, have fun.
Hey!